Ladies and gentlemen, Gerald here with the Millennium Investor. Today we're going to be talking about how to make money in cryptocurrency investing, and I'm excited to do this. So let's get started, shall we? First thing I want to talk about is step one, which is your strategy. Okay, we have three options here. We have day trading, mid to long-term trading, and ICOs. Three options. Now, day trading makes a lot of sense for someone who can sit in front of the computer, I would say a minimum of 4 to 6 hours a day, and doing nothing but looking at charts, looking at the order book. Because you want to know what's going on, when to buy, when to sell. You want to know the market. Now, if that doesn't suit you because you have a full-time job or you have other responsibilities to take care of, then I believe mid to long-term trading and investing in ICOs is probably the better investment option for you. Now, what's good about this is, so you have three options and you can freely choose whatever you want to get involved in. It's not like you only have one option and that's it. You have multiple options here. I personally do all three. I'm doing this full-time and I don't have any other responsibilities. Now, if we take a look at strategy one, I want to show you something now on CoinMarketCap, and that actually leads us to step two, which is exchanges. And we can take a look here, go to CoinMarketCap, and let's just assume that you would like to day trade Bitcoin. Okay, so we click on Bitcoin here, and now what we want to see is what exchanges could we trade Bitcoin on. So we go here, and then you click on Markets, and here we can see all the different exchanges that offer Bitcoin. Yeah. Now, what do you want to trade, okay? If you're day trading Bitcoin, or even if you're trading, let's say you want to maximize your fiat, okay? You want to maximize your fiat, you only trade Bitcoin against fiat, okay? And fiat against Bitcoin. Now the question is, what exchanges help you to get to that goal? Okay, we have a couple options here. So here you can see USDT. That is not fiat. That is the Tether token, the USDT. They issue USDT. That's a market, but I would not advise you to trade that because it is an insecure and we don't know what's going to happen with it. So don't trade that at all. Then we have our GDAX, which is Coinbase's market, okay? Marketplace exchange. You can trade here, BTC, USD. That's an option. They have pretty good volume. Then we have a couple more. Bitstamp. They have BTC, USD, and 100 million too. Then we have Gemini. It's not a great option, and they have also good volume. So I would advise you one of these three exchanges. I trade on Bitstamp myself. I am not trading on GDAX and also not on Gemini. But I know people that are, and they have never had any problems. So those are the three that I personally can recommend. Excuse me. All the others, I don't have too much experience in, and I am also not too familiar with them. Now, so much to day trading. And by the way, you can also day trade BTC Euro on Bitstamp. It's another option. Then for mid and long-term trading, okay? Mid to long-term trading. So what's really important here is that you should know that you can trade pretty much all cryptocurrencies that are listed on exchanges. Okay, but I'm not saying that you should trade all. You should do your due diligence at all times, and this is by no means financial advice. What I am doing myself though for mid and long-term trading, and let's first define what midterm trading means. So midterm means to hold a trade for 2 to 8 weeks. That is midterm. Long term is from 2 to 12 months for me personally. And if we go to CoinMarketCap, and we can see that we have a total of 1,508 cryptocurrencies listed on here right now, and all of these are tradable. Okay, they're all tradable. Now, which ones you should trade? You should research that. You've got to pick your entry points, your exit points. I know I'm being very vague now, but I'm not showing you how to place limit order, a market order, a conditional order. I'm not showing you any of that in this video. We don't have the time for that. If you want to know how to do that, I will be happy to shoot another video just for you. But here you can see all these different cryptocurrencies. Okay, now for mid and long-term holds, trades, what's important is that you really analyze the company that you're investing in, the cryptocurrency. Okay, you want to know, like, is there anything outstanding on their agenda? Meaning, do they still have things listed on their roadmap that could lead to a significant raise in the current price that we're seeing here on CoinMarketCap? If so, you should consider investing in that cryptocurrency. Now, so you take a look at their company site, take a look at the roadmap, you take a look at their social channels like Twitter, like their Telegram, and you just want to know what's going on. And if you do like mid-term trading, okay, 2 to 8 weeks, you cannot expect 100x on your investment. It could happen, but it's highly, highly unlikely, okay? And I don't want to overpromise and under-deliver. I just want to tell you what's realistic. And what's realistic in 2 to 8 weeks is 10 to 100% return on investment. Okay, you're not going to make 100% or 200% return on investment every single time, but 10 to 100 or 10 to 200% return on investment is doable, is possible. Not in all cases, but it is possible. So you want to take a look at, I would say, medium market cap coins. Okay, so what does medium mean? Medium is definitely under $1 billion market capitalization. I would say like probably a couple hundred. Like here you can take a look at like from like 200 million to probably 500-700 million. I'd take a look at those cryptocurrencies and I'd see like where could I potentially get the best return on my investment. I'm going to take a look at their website. As said, I take a look at their social channels. I want to see what's upcoming, any news, because that could pump the price. They could pump the price, and they could lead to a quick return on investment. Now, for long term, okay, meaning 2 to 12 months, it's a completely different story because here your capital will be locked up for quite some time, and you really want to choose your investments wisely here because you don't want your capital to be locked up for a 1 year to get a 20% return. It may make sense and maybe you're happy with it, but most people wouldn't be happy. Most people that I know, they want bigger returns, and for them to have their capital locked up for an entire year or even just say 4 to 8 months, they would want to see like a couple 100% return on investment to do that. Now for that, if you really think about it and think logically, you know, there's so many people out there that are preaching, you know, this and that coin will go up like 10x and 50x and 100x, but then you take a look at their market capitalization so far, their market cap, and it's already like 2 billion or 3 billion. Do you really believe that will go up 100x? I mean, use common sense, because a lot of people are just bullshitting you and others into buying stuff that they promise will go up a substantial amount, but it won't, because it's just not possible from an investment perspective, from a growth perspective. Because if a company, if let's say we have already 2 or 3 billion invested, do you think that will go up to like 200 billion? I mean, that money has to come from somewhere. That money is not just like here and waiting to get into one coin. I mean, it could happen, but it's extremely unlikely, and it probably won't happen ever to have like 200 billion. I mean, that would be another Bitcoin, okay? There would be another Bitcoin. And I've seen ridiculous statements of Tron, you know, which had this hyped up news, you know. And by the way, there is something you should know here, okay? And you may not like what I'm telling you now, okay? But it's the truth, okay? You can get 100x on your money, but you're not gonna get it on coins that already have $1 billion invested, okay? You can forget about that. It's not gonna happen. Also not 500, okay? I would look for solid companies with a great project that are currently in their developing stages. What does that mean? Okay, under $100 million so far. And if you can, even under 60 to 70 million, okay? Making it more likely and realistic. But I've seen ridiculous statements on cryptocurrencies like Tron, you know, people saying, oh, it will go up to like 30 or 50 billion market capitalization. I mean, it went up to like, I think 12 at the highest or so. What was it here? It was like, here was like 16, yeah? 16, but then it crashed. And it didn't sustain much value at all because it was just hyped up. I mean, if you take a look at many cryptocurrencies here, many of them don't even have a functioning product, okay? It's all hyped up. It's all based on news, okay? But they don't have a real product. They don't have any real value. And that's why you see many of them crashing the way they do. Many of them crashed. And I think many won't recover from that either, because new ones are coming out that are more promising, that seem to have better value, and they're being undercut pretty much. Now, so much to that. I just want to point that out. And next we have so exchanges, right? I already forgot what I wanted to tell you. I think I told you where we're gonna buy Bitcoin, where you can buy Bitcoin. Make sure you only trade it against the US dollar or the euro, so fiat, not the USDT, not the Tether token. Don't do that. And then we have, you know, where you can trade, like, do like a mid to long-term trading on. And for that, I would recommend the following exchanges. I've listed them down. They are Binance, okay, Bittrex. Then we have Huobi, KuCoin, OKX, and Gate. Now, Bittrex, show you their site. You can't get an account there anymore. If you aren't signed up, then you've got a problem, okay? They have the major cryptocurrencies. They have great volume, but they're not accepting new registrations in this moment in time. So it's bad luck. Then Binance is another big exchange. Okay, there's some problem with their site currently. Okay, it's coming up now. So Binance, you can register here. They start to allow new registrations again. So that's great. Sign up here, go to register, email, password, referral ID if you have any, and then they send you an email. You click on the confirm button in the email and you log into your account. Then very important things, okay? Enable two-factor authentication for your account, and you do that through Google Authenticator. There's an app that you can download to your phone. It's called Google Authenticator. You can search for it in Google Play Store, and I'm going to show you that now. So here I am, I'm back. It's a Google Authenticator app. So what this does, okay, it gives you more secure login option for your exchanges, okay, for your accounts. And you want to do it for every exchange, okay? Not just for Binance, but also for Huobi, KuCoin, OKX, and Gate, like for all these exchanges. So you don't just log in with the username and password. That is step number one. Step number two is you're going to install this onto your phone, and then in the exchange account, okay, you have an option to enable two-factor authentication, they call it, and you scan that barcode that you get with your mobile phone, and then it will be linked to your Google Authenticator account, your app that you have installed on your phone. Anytime you log in here, okay, you're going to enter your username and password, and Google Authenticator generates a unique code. It's a 5-digit code that you put in for every login, and that makes it more secure, as said. So Binance is one. Then we have Huobi. I think it's Huobi.pro, but I don't want to open up our wrong site here. It's Huobi. Go to markets. Huobi. And here, okay, it's Huobi.pro, same procedure. And then we have KuCoin. KuCoin. and we had also OKX. So Huobi, OKX, KuCoin, and Gate, these are all emerging exchanges, and they allow new registrations, which is great because you have new people coming in, and that pretty much helps the whole market because more money comes into the game, more money gets into cryptocurrencies, into coins, and it's just much better than if you just did like the Bitrex thing, which you can if you have no account. Problem with Bitrex at the moment is new registrations aren't allowed, so new money cannot flow in, so money tends to bounce from one coin to another. And I'm not saying you can't make money on Bitrex, you certainly can, and I'm doing it, but it's gonna be much more lucrative for you to go to one of these smaller exchanges and do it there. So Huobi, let's open it up, and okx.com. The third site, sign up here, and then OKX, same thing. And then we have KuCoin and Gate. So you just take a look there, you can get the link from there. If I can find it now. Gate, where is it? Okay, it's gate.io. And then we have KuCoin. See where that is. Okay, KuCoin.com. So make sure you always visit the right link, the right site. Okay, so go here and take a look and click the links. Then last thing I really want to talk about is hardware wallets. And hardware wallets are good for securing your coins. So let's say you're doing the mid to long term trades, mid to long term hold. And what do you do here, right? You have an option, you can keep your coins on the exchange, which is usually fine for day trading because you don't have any other option, right? But if you do the long to mid-term thing, mid to long-term trades, then I would advise you to only invest in coins that you can securely store outside of the exchange, because exchanges get hacked, coins disappear, things happen. Okay, I'm just telling you the way things are. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm being completely honest. I would not store coins that I can't buy or sell, actually sell, for a sustained period of time, say like a couple weeks, couple months, or even up to a year. You know, it's crazy to leave these coins on the exchange, because why would you? If you have a more secured option where the chances of the coins, you know, vanishing are slim to none, or the exchange where the probability is much higher, especially now with hacks going on and stuff, it's just not a safe environment for me. So what I would advise you for hardware wallets, okay, two options here. The Trezor, I'm going to open the site up for you, Trezor.io. I'm using Trezor. The site is Trezor.io, and I think it cost me 150 US, excluding shipping, if I'm not mistaken, because that comes from Europe. So you order it here. It's probably going to take 7 to 10 business days before you get this device. And what this is a hardware wallet to secure cryptocurrencies. Once you get this, you're going to plug it into your computer, you follow the instructions, and this helps you to really protect your coins. This is intelligent software, and it's secured through a couple things, okay? First of all, you PIN, and when you get this device, because there are a couple things that can go wrong, I have to inform you about it. In case you lose this device, okay, you're like, oh my god, all my coins are gone. No, they aren't gone, because you're going to get a recovery seed that you have to write down when you set up this wallet. In case you should lose it, you should, you know, break it or whatever happens, you can purchase a new Trezor and you can use the recovery seed to access your tokens for the new device. So that works, and it's the most secure way that exists at the moment. And once you have that, so what you can store here, right, is something that we should say too. We should talk about. CoinMarketCap, on the Trezor you can store You can store Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. You can store Dash, and I think 1 to 2 other coins, which I don't know right now, plus all ERC20 tokens. So all cryptocurrencies, blockchains, that are built on the Ethereum blockchain. And you can go to, here you can see all tokens. So let's say you do a mid to long term hold. You do some, like, mid to long term trading. And I would advise you to only take a look at coins that you can securely store. Because even if you would make money on coins that you can't store securely, then you have a problem. So you take a look, there are like 450 or so now that you could potentially store. I said all of these are built on the Ethereum blockchain. And you can go then here to take a look at their website. You can take a look at everything, right? And this is a good way to do it. Another hardware wallet is the Ledger Nano S, which I personally don't have. I have no experience with it. I know people that have, and they're pretty satisfied. I personally use this, as I said, and this works. So I hope I covered everything now. We had, just to summarize, we had step 1, pick your strategy, day trading or mid to long-term trading, or ICOs. I actually haven't talked about ICOs, I'm sorry about that. So ICOs are initial coin offerings, and in order to do that, there are a couple of sites that I use. Now the problem is, okay, we have so many ICOs that are coming out every day that it's going to be hard for you as one person to really research every ICO. It was easier last year when we just had a couple launching every week. Now we have a couple a day, making it much more difficult to research. Here are 2 sites, the ICO alert, ICO watch list. So what this is, okay, and an ICO is a initial coin offering. And what this does, right, what people are trying to do here is, I'm just getting rid of this here, I'm sorry. What companies are trying to do here is they're trying to raise money to fund their project. Now, some of these requests are legit, but many aren't. So while ICOs can be a great way to get a good return on your investment, meaning like 500%, 1,000%, even a couple 1,000% return on investment, it becomes riskier now because of the amount of ICOs out there and the insufficient time that you may have to analyze those ICOs. For someone who's doing this full time, probably has more time available, and it's going to be easier. And you can take a look here. You take a look at their website. What's really important is you take a look at the project itself. Does this sound like a legit idea to you? Ask yourself, if you see the project, if you see like what's the main ingredient of this project, does it make sense? Is this really needed? Then take a look at the management team, at the advisory board. Who is involved? Are these people trustworthy? Do these people have a track record of success? Are these people involved in other cryptocurrencies? You know, there are many questions, and so take a look at the company, take a look at the idea behind the project, take a look at their materials, their white paper, their social media channels. Like I said, it's very time consuming, so not everybody has the time to do that, but this can be a very lucrative way. And here are 2 sites, ICOalert.com and ICOwatchlist.com, where you can find ICOs, you can see remaining time, details, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm sorry that I had to bring this in now. I know I should have covered this right at the beginning, but I haven't. Hopefully, you will forgive me for that. So I said, in summary now, what we have discussed is the strategies. So you have the option to day trade or mid to long-term trades or initial coin offerings, also known as ICOs. Then you need accounts on exchanges to purchase these tokens, and you have a couple options for that. For day trading, make sure you only trade Bitcoin, Ethereum against fiat, so USD or Euro, very important. Step 3 was hardware wallets. This thing here, make sure you secure your tokens, and that should make sure that you have everything in a safe place. I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you have any questions about this, please post them in the comment section below. In case you're not subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button below right now, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a good one.